Etch-a-Sketch. Didn't you just love that? I think that was like the baby boomer toy that came out like I think around 1960, and it was like such a hit back. Oh my gosh, we've lived to see the space age. You can actually draw on this thing, you know.
Well, and you said you remember how to do a curve. Josh was saying you were pretty. I was not good at it. You were good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was constantly shaking it.
I remember making maps on it.
Really?
Of course he did. Probably 3D maps.
I tried. Yeah.
Oh, that's why we call it retro.
Yes.
Now you can do everything.
Right
there you go.
Okay, so it was still cold today.
It was still cold today.
But there wasn't as much of that white stuff as yesterday morning.
No, although some locations like the center, parts of southwest Washington, seen just a light dusting earlier this morning. KOIN 6 viewer Tina sending in that photo, and I was able to capture just a few isolated snowflakes mixed in with a few light rain showers over downtown Portland. Earlier this morning, of course, everything melting on contact as our temperatures in the afternoon managed to get back up into the mid-40s, close to 50 degrees for parts of Lane County. But overall, almost 10 degrees below where we should be this time of year. 54 is that average. As the raindrops continue to stick on our camera lens here at the top of the KOIN Tower, 46 degrees is where we currently sit, with those scattered showers taking us all the way through the rest of this evening, as our rain gauge has only managed to fill up to a couple of 1/100ths of an inch right now, closer to about 1/4 of an inch found out along the coastline, as another round of moisture continues to push its way overhead and the snow continues to fall over the high terrain of the Cascades. But for the Portland metro area right now, seeing just a few lingering raindrops here and there, but on the drier stint, at least for about the next hour to 2 hours. Now, I want to take a closer look at what's developing right now in northern Illinois, just to the west of Chicago. Taking aim at the Windy City, we have tornado warnings that are currently in effect. This is kind of the first round of real severe weather that we've seen crop up over parts of the Midwest. So something to be mindful of if you've got family or friends out that direction. That the active spring-like weather is starting to ramp up there, but not necessarily spring-like when we're talking about feet of snow possible over the high terrain of the Cascades, I should say, out towards the Coast Range, seeing about 7 to 14 inches of snow. As our snow accumulation has really started to pile up, our base layer is well above 100 inches in many cases. Skibo, you're catching up at about 44 inches after seeing 10 inches of snow over the past 24 hours. Now, I should say, we're kind of in the warming trend, pushing ourselves back up to about 5,000 feet, but you'll notice Thursday, Friday, and Saturday starting to dip closer to that 1,000 line mark. That's, again, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got low confidence right now for any sticking snow. If anything, it's going to be very similar to what we've seen as of late, where it falls close to about 1,000 feet, but it will be melting on contact. So here it is with our futurecast. Just going to be seeing those soggy conditions sit overhead for the next little while as our southerly winds really start to kick up. That's going to help to warm us back up into the low 50s for tomorrow afternoon and evening. These yellows, oranges, and reds, a good indication where the heaviest of the downpours will fall as the snow elevation levels start to dip ever so slightly by the time we get to Thursday night and eventually into Friday morning as well. But the rain accumulation, it's going to be a super soaker event. We're tipping the scale at almost 2¼ inches for the Portland metro area, 4 or 5 inches possible for the coast. But the winds gusting close to 30 miles per hour as early as 10 o'clock tonight. We keep those strong southerly winds through the remainder of the day tomorrow. So 43 tonight, the winds will start to kick up. You'll likely hear it, so bring in those trash cans. That way they're not rolling down the street as those temperatures tomorrow, thanks to the southerly gusty winds, gets back up to about 52 degrees. 7-day forecast. We've highlighted Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the potential for lower elevation snow. Look at those daytime highs, seeing about 10 degrees below where they should be this time of year as we flirt with the freezing mark come the early morning lows, and then we gradually start to warm things up, but keep the wet weather trend into the start of next week. And if you can believe it, Friday, the first official day of March and the first day of meteorological spring, but it won't feel like spring.
No, it certainly isn't going to feel like spring. Thanks, Josh.
Well, on this